This is TWiT.
A bunch of laptop announcements are coming at CES that we can't talk about. But we can talk about the updates for the ThinkPad X, Lenovo's ThinkPad X, T, and L series, 8th gen Intel processors, improved I/O, and thinner designs. Are you salivating over the new Lenovo, sir?
You know, I don't know yet. So these are kind of your more traditional ThinkPad lines. The X series is a laptop I've used for a very, very, very long time, but I haven't used a lot recently, just because the thinner, lighter, sexier designs kind of came around and had acceptable enough battery life. When I first got into the X series or the T series, it was all about battery life, exclusively about being able to get through that flight to Taipei or whatever without having to worry about recharging or something like that. The X1 series is kind of now where I focus out on my Lenovo laptop appearances, though the idea of really long battery life and the idea of still having, replaceable batteries after all this time, which is something that's almost become a novelty at this point, is kind of impressive. Yeah, and I don't know. What's interesting to me is I'm curious how much of the enterprise market or business or SMB market that is, essentially the target of these specific Lenovo laptops care about things like the yoga capability of the X380 Yoga, right? There's the X280 that doesn't have it, but because you have the Yoga variant, you kind of preclude yourself from having that replaceable battery in that particular workload or that particular design style, right? Because it has to be able to bend and flex through it. Something just collapsed in the corner, so interesting.
Yeah.
But you look at the T series, and there's one that claims up to 27 hours of battery life if you consider configure it with the extendable battery, which is like astounding.
Yeah.
What it actually lives up to, we'll have to see. But definitely impressive. And they started under $1,000, but they go much higher depending on how you configure it or whatever. And they introduced the ThinkPad L series, which is a little bit lower cost, kind of a value-focused business line, they call it. And they have both yoga form factors and traditional clamshell form factors. But interesting designs that I think Lenovo needs to have in order to continue their, the markets that they are the leaders in. But a little disappointing that there's not a lot of changes here, that there's not anything radically different. I just don't know if that's a market that wants any of that is asking for anything radically different too.